Hello everyone, Eric Leamy here, the Bedford's resident CHP. CHP stands for Crazy Half Portuguese. That's right, I'm half Portuguese, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode from the pilot season to lead into the third season of my YouTube saga here. Next year will be my 10th anniversary. I'm very pleased to do this. This is known as the Bridge Up, where I bridge episodes during the holiday season from EML-77 TV to move on over to WEML-TV channel 77, the local YouTube station identification of yours truly. So, when we get right into it, Survivor Series recap. Here we go. You haven't watched Survivor Series yet? Don't watch this video at all, okay? People want to know what's up? I'll tell you what's up. The kickoff show, everybody's talking about what's going to happen in Survivor Series and all that. And R-Truth came on the scene, and with the 24/7 title, was about to talk the other season. Oh, we're going to celebrate 30 years, and they think they're paying tribute to the Undertaker because it is the final farewell and 30 years of the Undertaker, 30-year career in the WWE. So R-Truth says, "Okay, I'll roll it," and then had the gobbledygooker. I'm like, what is he doing? I mean, Undertaker's probably sitting back laughing at the whole thing. So that's so that happened, and then the gobbledygooker showed up and said hi to everybody, and then Akira Tozawa and his ninja referee came out. I'm like, oh great, here we go, 24/7 title, here we go. Knocks down R-Truth, and then all of a sudden, R-Truth was trying to scare away Akira Tozawa, and then gobbledygooker rolls up R-Truth, gets the pin. We have a new 24/7 champion, the gobbledygooker. I figured 30 years. This is his first title in the WWE. So more on that. They had the dual brand battle royal. Now, Dabba-Kato, I predicted that Dabba-Kato was going to come in this thing and win it. We had not seen him on TV since the whole Raw Underground thing went kaput. So I'm sure, I don't know if they're going to repackage the guy or what the deal is, but one thing's for sure, he wasn't in the Battle Royal. So my prediction was way off base, so I do apologize. In the end, it was down between two people. That was The Miz and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic, I thought he would win the whole thing, but The Miz outsmarted him. So The Miz, for Team Raw, got the first Duke for Survivor Series in the kickoff, so that's pretty good. And then Survivor Series 20 kicked off with a men's elimination match. And my main concern was Team Raw would not get along and Team SmackDown was going to win, I think. Well, Team Raw got along. They really got along. Seth Rollins, though, got the ball rolling for the eliminations on SmackDown by saying, do your part for the greater good. And he was like down in the dumps. He was not in a very good mood. I was like, he's going to be a bit crabby and not going to listen to anybody. And then Kevin Owens tried to do his part and tried to eliminate Riddle and try to hurt Riddle. Riddle tags out and everything else. But then Kevin Owens gets eliminated. Now it was down to King Corbin. Otis, and Jey Uso. King Corbin was next to get eliminated. Bye-bye, Corbin. And then Otis, and then it was Otis and Lee, Strowman, Otis and Strowman. That was a heck of a matchup, but in the end, Otis gets eliminated. Now it's Jey Uso, 5-on-1. Now Jey Uso knew this pressure was on him, man. And then all of a sudden, in the end, Jey Uso gets eliminated. Clean sweep of Team Monday Night Raw on the men's side. Very shocked. Rare it's happened. The last clean sweep that happened, DX. Matt Camp got it right. DX, CM Punk and the Hardys in 2006. 2006, they ended up eliminating Edge, Rated RKO's team. So that was there. Next tag team matchup was the New Day versus Street Profits. Raw Tag Team Champs versus SmackDown Tag Team Champs. New Day's entrance was fire. Gears of War outfit. Big E was with them. And but Big E did not get involved in the matchup. But the Street Profits did win the match. But at the end, New Day and Street Profits did show respect to each other and hug them. Hey, Street Profits did their job. They said they were going to go in there and win. They won. So congratulations to the Street Profits. And before then, the Street Profits did a promo on the Undertaker and the New Day. And then you got the SmackDown Raw Women's Team strategize with Lana, Nia and Shayna talking to Lacey and Peyton Royce while Lana was over there by her little self. And then the next matchup, it would be Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley. And Bobby Lashley's been running his mouth, whining and crying as usual. It's a conspiracy. Yeah, Chris Cranwell on the keto diet. Yeah, ding dong. And he ended up, and Bobby Lashley, despite the fact that he tripped over MVP, MVP did not trip him on purpose. And then while the referee's back was turned, throws him back in the ring. In the end, Sami Zayn lost to Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley picked up another victory. That's 2 for Raw. 1 for SmackDown. Raw 2, SmackDown 1. Roman Reigns upset with Jey Uso, and then Jimmy Uso's like, listen, 5-on-1 out there. Who cares? You can leave, and all that. So the next matchup, Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. It was a heck of a matchup. The match could have gone either way, but Sasha Banks did pick up the victory, and so both teams were tied at 2. And so it was a heck of hard-fought match between those two ladies. Sasha Banks is really coming to her own, beating Asuka. That's a huge victory for Sasha Banks. The gobbledygooker with as the 24/7 champion was on the run, and then the bird feed follows, and all of a sudden Akira Tozawa came from behind, pins the gobbledygooker, becomes another 24/7 champion again. But R-Truth pins him, gets the belt back. R-Truth once again the 24/7 champion for what? The 45th time? I would not be surprised if R-Truth reaches 100 times by the end of this year. But or 50 times. Might I digress? Then we got the women's matchup, Team Raw. I picked Team SmackDown to win it because Team SmackDown have more of a chemistry than Team Raw. And then Bayley was the first one to be eliminated by Peyton Royce, and then Natalya was next. And then Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans got eliminated in the matchup. I think Lacey Evans was the first eliminated. Then I believe Peyton Royce got eliminated. Whatever. It was down. Then it was down to. It was 3-on-3, and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler told Lana to stay on the stairs. Don't even go on the apron. Don't even tag in. I'm like, I don't think it's a wise decision for them to do so. But then again, could it be? Inadvertently. I will explain. And then the Riot Squad tried to do everything they can to wear Nia Jax down. Shayna Baszler, then both Riot Squad members got eliminated, so it was between 3-on-1. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Lana. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Lana on Team Raw. Bianca Belair for Team SmackDown. And then Shayna Baszler tried to hit the Kirifuda clutch, but before she faded away, Bianca Belair had the wherewithal to hang on to the bottom ropes. But since Shayna Baszler refused to let go of the hold, by the referee's fight count, she was disqualified and eliminated from the match. So Nia decided to work on Bianca Belair. So Nia Jax and Belair, they went at it until they fought on the outside. Bianca Belair did some crazy athleticism, leaping over Nia Jax into the seats, which is totally crazy. Leaping over Nia Jax to a leapfrog, and then tossed Nia Jax over the barricade. But the referee was making the count, and before you know it, I think it was 8-9, and Bianca Belair at the last minute, but the bell rang, and we're like, okay, what's going on? And the announcer said, Mike Rome said, well, Nia Jax and Bianca Belair have been both counted out, so therefore the winner and sole survivor of the match, Lana Lana did not even do a thing, and she won. How amazing is that? And so Lana won it for Team Raw. That's why I think Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler were foolish, very foolish to pick on Lana, to tell her to stay there and everything else up. Listen, they inadvertently let Lana be the sole survivor to win the match for Team Raw. I'm like, you have got to be severely kidding me. I mean, I just could not believe it. I was like, wow. Could you believe that? I can't believe it. So congratulations on Lana. Finally, yeah, somebody call Lana Destiny's Child because she is a survivor. So survivor, yes. Yeah. I'm sure Nia and Shayna be foolish enough and go, what have we done? I'll tell you what you ladies done. Something stupid. You bullied the poor girl, all right? You had her stand in the corner and everything else, like a child has done wrong. And all of a sudden, Shayna foolishly gets herself disqualified for refusing to let go of the Kira Fuda clutch, and Nia got herself counted out. Who won? Lana did. And you know what? I would not be surprised if Shayna and Nia would probably not be in a good mood. I would say, ladies, you won. Team Raw won. Lana's the sole survivor. Hey, listen, you dug yourselves in this grave, and you made your bed. You now got to lie in it. You forced Lana to not move from her position, and you got her to be the sole survivor without having to do a thing. You ladies need to think a little bit more. Logic here, logic. You have Lana eliminated. You didn't have to worry about her. No, you decided to let her stay there. All of a sudden, you guys got yourselves counted out, disqualified. That's it. What were you thinking, Shayna and Nia? And you guys are the women's tag team champions. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun, interesting, fun night on Raw. And then you got the Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre matchup, which was a barn burner brawl. It would have gone either way, but in the end, Jey Uso interfered, kicking McIntyre in the face. Roman Reigns low blowed McIntyre, ended up hitting the spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins the match. So, all in all, I think Team Raw won this one. First matchup, Miz Team Raw. Team Raw up to nothing. 2-1 Street Profits. All right, 3-1 with Lashley winning, and then Banks at 3-2. And then you got 4-2 and Roman Reigns 4-3. So Raw ended up winning 4 matches to 3. This time Raw won. Last year was NXT. They dominated. This year Raw did it. And then the Undertaker's final farewell. The guest list like a who's who of Undertaker's best friends and colleagues and over the years. People that appeared on the Undertaker's final farewell: Shane McMahon, Big Show, JBL, Jeff Hardy, Mick Foley, The Godfather, The Godwins, Henry and Phineas. They were Savio Vega, Rikishi, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Triple H, Kane, and Vince McMahon did a little introduction for The Undertaker. Undertaker came out and said this one sentence: for 30 years, I've entered this ring and took out a lot of people, buried a lot of souls. Now it's time for me, as The Undertaker, to rest in peace. And then The Undertaker didn't kneel down, did his thing. And then when he bent his head down, they did a 10 gong salute. But then, as his theme music played, and all of a sudden there was a hologram of some sorts of Paul Bearer holding the urn. And having Paul Bearer going, oh yes! I'm like, it was so really cool. And just for him to walk away and then raise his right hand fist up. No Fiend, no Retribution, no Sting, none of that. Nobody even came out to stop him, to disrespect him. They gave him the respect. They gave him the proper send-off. Now The Undertaker can ride off into the sunset. And you know what I gotta say? Thank you, Undertaker. Undertaker always will be the Phenom, the Grim Reaper, the American Badass, the last outlaw. Now the last outlaw rides into the sunset. What will happen next for Mark Calloway, a.k.a. The Undertaker? What will happen now? A WWE without The Undertaker is not going to be the same. Ever. And I gotta tell you, 30 years, man. 30 years. And I'll tell you what. Dawn of a new era begins on Monday Night Raw tonight. Survivor Series is over, and that's the way it is. So we'll see what happens. Survivor Series Fallout. Now TLC is coming around the bend. But before that, also War Games, December 6th. Personally, I cannot wait. It'll be a lot of fun. Team Shotzi versus Team Candice. The Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee and the Kings of NXT. It's going to be a lot of fun. Trust me on this one. We'll see what happens tonight on Monday Night Raw. So, and I hope all my local friends survive the humongous thunder rainstorm that we have today. Luckily, the temperatures were warm enough for it to rain and not snow. Thank God. And we just found out we had another earthquake here. Same place. This time around 12:30 in the morning. Sunday morning. Believe that? Unbelievable. So, could not believe it. Just could not believe it, man. Well, that's it. That's all the time I have for me. And I am very hoping that I'm kind of hoping that the next round, I don't know. I'm hoping that you guys have a wonderful day, I should say. I'm hoping we'll get you another episode coming up of the Bridge Up, and we'll see what happens, huh? We got Raw coming tonight. I'm not Zooming, so I'll be able to pay attention to Raw. It's like I'm Zooming with my church family with the Bible study and trying to watch wrestling at the same time. A little back and forth. So I am going to have a wonderful day, and hope you guys have too. I'll see what happens. Thanksgiving is this Thursday. I'll be working in the morning, but we do it just for 3 hours. And then we got Black Friday coming. Knowing the local folks around here, it'll probably be a packed zoo, but we don't know. Because of the pandemic, we could have to limit some people, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. Alrighty then. I'll see you guys later. Peace, and I will see you episode number 10 of The Bridge Up. See ya.